Oh, it comes up as live. Hey, everybody. So, I'm Ian, and this is Andre, and we're just going to chat about whatever the heck we want to, because that's what we can do here. And if you're listening, you might want to pay attention because we're going to talk and mastermind about what we're doing, and why you should decide to get involved. And if you're watching this now, it means you've been sent an email by either one of us, and you want to find out more about what we're up to, so pay attention. And we're basically just going to chat about whatever the heck we want to. So off you go.
That's great. That's great. How's it going, guys? This is Andre, located here in Jacksonville, Florida, and my buddy Ian over there in the UK because I love doing this type of profession where you can get a chance to meet people from literally overseas or nationwide or worldwide, wherever how you see it. But I'll just keep on. I'll just go straight into the point because I mentioned as far as being a go time, and this is with that being said, as far as making a decision on what you're trying to do in your life, I know personally here 5 years ago, last month, I got into the home-based business profession, and to be honest with you, too, and I've been playing semi-pro football for the last 8 years. Blessed to still continue to play. Also working at UPS, been there for 7.5 years. But going back to what I mentioned as far as being in the home-based business profession, the first thing I saw when I first saw my first presentation was a way to just go and play overseas or play arena football because I'm not going to lie, about 7 years ago I was cut from an arena team, and pretty much that was kind of my goal to always play professionally as far as football. I did the everything as far as going to school, getting decent grades, also going to college too. Got a chance to play football in college, and then call me a jock all you want, but let's just say that I kind of want to continue that too. Continue playing professionally though. I always went to school thinking that okay, that's my backup plan. That's my backup plan. So when that didn't work out with the arena ball, I had a buddy of mine tell me as far as try semi-pro because that's what he did before he got a chance to play arena ball. So a couple years into that, had a team chiropractor for one of my semi-pro teams. Just basically told me, hey, take a look at this. And when I saw from that presentation right off the rip, I was thinking, yep, that's it. That's my chance to go and leave and go and play football professionally. That's all I saw. Not to have to worry about going to a job too, because when I had did first get a chance to play arena ball when I got cut from 3 different teams, I had to leave at the time job I was working at too, but I knew it didn't have anything as far as having any money coming on in month after month. I didn't really think about that too because my goal was just to make the team and whatnot. But then this thing called life got cut not only one time but 3 different times from 3 different teams too. So I was thinking, okay, I just use that degree, go and get a chance to get some student loans out of the way from a college. And when that chance opportunity came, pretty much reunited that goal I still want to go after. So, needless to say, was working in that business, the home business, home-based business that I had at the time, until it was shut down just 2 years ago, early 2013. And I had a friend of mine too who was in that business who wanted me to take a look at a system that just mainly all online, but I just never got a chance to see that because I was just thinking, oh man, I gotta worry about this business once it comes back, which it never did because it was not only frozen, number one, from the FTC, it was shut down by the owner. So that was kind of like a rocky shakeup too. But when I got a chance to actually look at the link that my buddy had showed me, I was like, okay, this is cool. I don't have to worry about going to home meetings or whether the hotel meetings or place, other people's homes, go do one-on-ones at maybe a Starbucks or Panera Bread or maybe go see them at their homes or parking lots, or however how you say it too. Because as I mentioned earlier, working in UPS, playing semi-pro football, so I got to have practices too. Don't really have the time to uh, uh, do those type of things too. Basically, add another, let's say 15 to 45 minutes of your time showing one-on-ones. But when you have a strong enough why, whatever it is, you're gonna find the time. So at that time, as I mentioned before that first business that shut down, I was doing those things, but I didn't really make the amount of money that I was hoping for to get a chance to leave my job. So when this came across, pretty much my desk or on my laptop per se, I just took and ran with it. Now, been blessed to be a part of another system within the company too, both the same thing basically, but it pretty much helps. Let's just say this system promotes the main business that I'm a part of too. And another thing too, as far as okay, is this real or whatever? Got a chance to go to my first event, July 2013 in Denver, Colorado. And you're talking about mind blowing too, because what is it meant give you a chance to do when you're sitting next to people? Hey man, so you made money from this too? Not so much even asking that, because when you have people on stage that say, all right, who has gotten paid from this? And you see literally 95% of at that time 5,000 people in the room standing up. You're like, yep, this is real. So you just roll with it. So let me just cut right into it too, because getting to my buddy over here, Ian, where we met each other was last year.
In Orlando, right?
Yes, it was October last year. So that was pretty cool. And then how about this for a small world too? We're both basically in the same team and the same person. Isn't that something? Not on the same team per se, but basically on the same team, because we're both under her. So that's pretty cool. So Ian, go ahead and give your story real quick, man.
Oh, I'm blown away by what you were just saying. It's made me lost for words a little bit, because I didn't know some of the stuff you just shared. At the end of the day, it's finding the right mentor in someone who's going to be there for you, who's going to help you succeed, and who's not going to leave you for dead when you take the money and run. We're not going to do that. We're going to be here for you. Point is, I'm a bit lost for words now. I was going to say a load of stuff, and then I didn't want to interrupt, and then it's sort of gone now. I'm this shy, introverted kid who grew up on a family farm. I left school at 16 to work for my dad. Basically isolating myself for the next 4 years after leaving high school to work alone on the farm. And after 4 years of doing that on my own, decided and got to the point where I was just so sick and tired of how life was. Working my life away for my dad and what my dad wanted, and I don't know if you can relate to that. Working for a boss and doing jobs that you hate, because at the end of the day, now anyway, there's a better way of life forward, and it wasn't until I discovered what we've got here that I realised that. And what it took a decision, a commitment, to decide that enough is enough. I'm going to make the decision right now to commit to being all in to what we've got here, and I never looked back since. It wasn't like that in the beginning though, because at the beginning I was like, what the heck is this thing? I think, is it like a scam or something? I didn't trust it for quite a few months, because I obviously didn't know the people in it, and it's not until you get to the live events that you realise that, wow, this is legit, this is the real deal, and we're about to do some awesome things. And as far as it goes for you, it's make the decision. It's like I was on a hangout last night, and someone said, if you're not in already, it's only because you don't believe in yourself that you can go on and make a living, make an income, and live your dreams. If you really believe you're gonna you believe you can do that, then it's not going to be a question. You're going to get in, because what we have here is the best of the best. You know, the best people with the best systems, and systems where you can leverage your time. You know, and not have to spend hours and hours and hours working a job. You know, we can get on here, chat, doing these hangouts, and this is work for us. You know, and what we're doing, we're just chatting between ourselves on a hangout, and this is what you can do for a living. You know, all you have to do is get people onto these hangouts and click a button, and you make a commission. It's as simple as that. Obviously, no results guaranteed. If you want to choose to be average, see the income disclosure, empowernetwork.com/income.php. But obviously, if you choose not to be typical, you choose not to be average, then you're not going to get average results. So I mean, that's what it's about. Get out of your comfort zone and make a decision. And what can we offer? What can we talk about that's going to be of what do you want to talk about?
I kind of like what you just said.
Professional or anything in front of you, you know, because this is just what it's like, you know. We just talk freely and openly. I'm not trying to hide anything, so you don't need to worry about that.
I like what you just said too a few moments ago, talking about our business, pretty much the owner of the company that we're a part of, named David Wood. But I like what you just mentioned too a few moments ago, Ian, as far as pretty much making a decision as far as to do something too, because I remember getting done and I reading a book to Rich Woman, and by Kim Kiyosaki. If you're not familiar with that too, let's just say the last name should sound kind of familiar because her husband is Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad series of books.
You haven't read it already.
So what again?
You definitely want to read that book if you haven't already, people watching.
But kind of to add on what you had just mentioned too a few moments ago, Ian, as far as making a decision to go and do something, she said something too in that book as well, because she was hanging out with some of her college friends that she had seen in about over 20 years. But once she got a chance to meet them all up too, she was pretty much telling them her stories as far as her investments too, and obviously since her and her husband are real big in real estate, she said point blank the main reason why she had a strong reason to keep on going too when she went through some huge downs, had some ups and some huge downs, was her why. And just to add on to, like I just said a few moments ago, that's always going to push you to do whatever you want to do. Like to say, for example, if you're a single parent or parent or married with kids too, I'm pretty sure your kids are always going to be your main why too. And only on the top of that as well, it's also going to be having your own goals that you want to accomplish as well, because you're never too late to accomplish the goals too. And when they're realistic, you can go after them. Like for example, I got a guy that I played against as far as in semi-pro. He was I think 35 middle of last year too. Started playing arena football for the first time middle of last year and won a championship. So you're talking about a huge, pretty much light for me personally, as far as like sitting here and realizing, okay, if he can do it, I know I can as well too, because I'm only just 30 years old too. Some people in the world of sports, that might be considered, oh man, you're getting kind of old. But obviously in life, it's still real young too. I mean, shoot, you can be in your early 50s and it's still really young, and this pretty much in life. But obviously in sports, they might be considered, oh, it might be old. But when you see somebody giving a huge example as far as that, then you know it can be done. And kind of going back to what I mentioned before too, as far as when we went to events for our business, when we seen other people too making it happen too, and then seeing people stand up too who made who got paid from the business, then that's obviously too pretty much something that's like, okay, we can do this ourselves. I remember hearing somebody who was a speaker before too in a conference call. She said, "It's possible in the world, possible for me, just a matter of how." So that's just something that just wanted to take and run with that as well, because people have too many limiting beliefs too today, thinking, oh man, I can't do that. They just give up too quickly. I don't know why. So and, I know I went on a rant about that last week as well too, as far as people having the limiting beliefs and want to do something because people always have a little voice in their head thinking that they can't do it, but if they really sit back and really game plan on it, you really can get it accomplished too.
Yeah. It's like Dave Wood says, you already have everything inside of you that you need to succeed. All we're doing is giving you the key to unlock those resources you already have inside of you. And you can do anything you want to, all it is if you believe you can do it. And it's like, forget who says it, but if you believe you can do it, you're halfway there. And it's like the desire, your why, it's so important. It's like Napoleon Hill says in Think and Grow Rich, desire. You got to have that burning desire for why you want to go out and make a positive change in your life. Don't need to. Would you rather work a job for 40 years doing the same tedious work for 40 years, or would you rather work these next 5 years like as hard as you can to live the rest of your life as free and as open and do whatever the heck you want to do? Again, it all comes down to making the decision. So that's what I gotta say. I mean,
no, that's true. That's true because some people just they get caught up this like you just said too. You just get caught up as far as just sitting back thinking, oh man, just tell those little lies to yourself. But if you do have that, that's true. I almost forgot about that. But Napoleon Hill says it's that burning desire to, or that strong why to do something, you're going to get it done. Give a perfect example, another good one. Since I've been playing semi-pro for several years, semi-pro football, it's always paid to play. All right. Now, for some reason, whatever it is, guys always try to buck the system. What I mean by that is to always try to find loopholes or basically, in short, not pay. It can be something as simple as paying $100, play for the whole season. That will cover uniforms. That will pay for the refs too, for home games too. But for whatever reason, guys always try to buck the system, and then they always hear the excuse, "Oh, I don't have the money." Okay, you say you don't have the money, but you got the time to come out for 2 hours of practice twice a week, on a Tuesday and Thursday. But that just basically you just told yourself because you just basically say you don't have time to make it a priority, really. You really don't. I mean, you can come out there, you're showing it too, but if you want to really be all in something, you're going to have everything out of the way as far as accomplishments. That's like being in a relationship too, or being married and saying, I'm only going to be 5% today, and then tomorrow I'm going to be 100% with you. It probably not going to work out too well.
yeah.
So that's just give an example just with that too, because you just got to get rid of those limiting beliefs too, and pretty much just go with pretty much your gut too. I know you just said it as well. As far as you're ready to make something happen, ready for a change, you just got to go and do it. I mean, that's the whole point of us saying is go time, because I mean, you're going to just keep on sitting there thinking, oh, I'll do it next time, or I'll do it later. Why not just do it right now?
Yeah.
We don't have time for it. So pretty much when you see this, would it be live or would it be the replay too? You just want to go and just click on the link and just go right now, because I mean, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, so that's not all right. And it's like Dave says, he committed to making the decision to get 100 millionaires per year inside Empower Network. He made that decision one time. It doesn't mean to say he has to rethink it every day. He's already committed to that. He doesn't need to decide, am I going to do this today? No, I'm already doing it. I'm doing it now. I don't have to get up every single day and make a new decision. I'm already committed. I commit right now that I'm going to go and live my dreams. I'm not going to. I'm committed right now, and so it's the same when you get into live events. I don't know about if it's the same for you, Andre, but for me, you know, back in Orlando, I made that commitment to myself that I'm not going to miss an event from now on, you know. And so you get to Vegas, and it's like when Dave's up on stage, you know, saying who's going to come to the next event. Well, you don't need to convince me to get to the next event. I've already made that decision back in October, so that's what it's like, you know. It's make that decision, and then it gets commit and go all in, burn the bridges, as it will, and go all in, and that's when good things start to happen.
No, that's true, man. That's true, because kind of also too, to also go on top of that as well is yeah, the same thing. I am the same way as well. I know other people are as well, because pretty much it's not really something that you have to think about, like, oh, am I going to? Nah, if you're trying to get something done, you're going to do whatever it takes. And if going to events too, when it comes to the home-based business profession, is part of that, you're going to go there. There's no question of if, ands, or buts. It doesn't matter if it's offline, where you go to a hotel meeting, training on a Saturday afternoon or morning, or other meetings throughout the week, or you're on Hangouts too, conference calls. It's this decision you're going to make that happen. I remember even before we got started, remember I told you pretty much I'm on a conference call Monday through Fridays too. The first time I was on, I was thinking, I like this too. It just made that, I already made that decision. It wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts as far as, I think I'll do this one today, and then I'll come on back next week. No, I'm on Monday through Friday. And if you want to listen to a replay, you can listen to that too. I'm a huge believer in that as well, and I blog all about that too. So I mean, if you're curious about that, you can go to my blog at andresanders.net, and you'll see probably a couple posts too, as far as me mentioning that mindset call, because that's just what it is. What Ian talked about as far as Napoleon Hill, that's what we go over. The principles of Napoleon Hill, from Think and Grow Rich, and The Loss of Success, the two books that he wrote too. Because pretty much you make a decision too, as far as try to do something, and then on top of that, you go the extra mile. You take the initiative to doing whatever it takes to get stuff done. This stuff like that too. Obviously you get to the organization, to organized planning, to the list is about 12 to 15. I could be wrong per se as far as actual steps as far as taking to accomplish a goal too. But that's just a few. I just want to give an example with that as far as making that commitment to get something done too, because it doesn't have to be just business. It can just be everything, just everyday life too. That's what we're kind of mentioning too tonight as well, as far as just going for it right now. Don't sit here and wait, because what are we waiting for? We all know we only have one life to live, so why not go and pretty much why not living on your own terms too? I know Ian mentioned as far as having to work for somebody too in a farm, but nothing wrong with that. But if that's not what you want to do, go and do something that you want to. If you need a vehicle to go and get that done, that's why you go and click on the link too in the bottom of this hangout too, and then you can that can help you as well get into what we're talking about too. Because I know for us too, our next event will be in Nashville. Here coming up in April, and I know for as I said earlier, I'm in the middle of a season right now, but you do whatever it takes. More than likely, I will be there that last day of that event too, and you can quote me on that too. You can hold me accountable, but yes, I plan on being there more than likely that Sunday. Unless I have a bye week that week, then I'll be there the whole weekend too, and we'll be all hanging out with each other. So keep that in mind. Again, if you want more information about that, you got to go on the bottom of this link to find out too, to see what exactly we're talking about too. But yeah, what you about to say though, man?
Yeah, I mean, what you were saying about the vehicle, what we've got here with Empower, it's like we're taking like a space rocket rather than walking. That's what it's like if you have your traditional network marketing business or traditional business even. Yeah, advertising. Yeah, it's so much easier with what we've got now to leverage systems to do most of the work for us. That being said, it's like not going to be. It's people get in this business and think it's like you do nothing and you make tons of money tomorrow. It's not like that. You got to put in the hard work in the beginning, you know, but it pays off dividends because you don't have to continue putting your time in to get money as an output. You know, you put your time and your energy in now, and what you'll get as an output as a result of that is going to be a lot greater than the small time you put in now at the beginning. It's going to be hard in the beginning, but it's going to be worth it to what you're going to get as a result when you put in that hard work and make that commitment to do, as you were saying, the 8 core commitments, what we've got here in Empower, you know, the 8 core commitments, and if you follow them commitments, obviously there's no guarantees, but if you follow those 8 core commitments and stay in the game, you can't go wrong, you know, if you keep at it. And what it comes down to, you know, listening to audios daily, reading daily, blogging daily, marketing daily. Those daily consistent actions are what are going to take you towards your dream lifestyle, like your dreams, you know, because it's possible, and it's possible when you make the decision. So that's what I've got to say.
No, I like that too. I loved all that you just said, man, because that's true too. As far as for starters too, what he was mentioning too, just basically 2 of the main important things on the 8 core commitments that we have, or what he just mentioned too, reading something, obviously something inspirational too, not a fictional book or whatnot, but personal development type books. We mentioned another big one too, is pretty much the godfather of all personal development, behind the Bible, obviously, for those that are huge into religion too. But Napoleon Hill mentioned, you call it infinite intelligence. You know, people might call him God, Allah, Jehovah, whatever too. But that's that book right there. Thinking We're Rich is pretty much hands down big time as far as personal development. Like I said, obviously behind for people that are huge in religion too, not trying to get you into any type of religion, but just being serious about it too as far as personal development though. Napoleon Hill's Thinking We're Rich is an excellent one too. Number 2 would be listening to audio. I first started too, and we have great products within this company too, as far as listening to audio too. But I was looking at listening to YouTube videos. If you ever heard him before, and he's pretty much world renowned. Les Brown, great listening to some of his speeches as well as far as personal development. Another couple good ones too that pass. Jim Rohn, excellent one too. Zig Ziglar, another one too. And they don't have to be starting out. They don't have to be like listen to the whole speech. Would it be like an hour plus? It can be like 3 minutes here, 5 minutes here. You get so into it. I promise you will. You can go and fool around, listen to 15 minutes here, 30 minutes here, because that's pretty much what we do every day. We listen to something 30 minutes a day. We're reading 30 minutes a day too. Some people might start out 15 minutes, because they might be thinking, well, some people, honestly, some people in their lives just don't have. They might be just that booked down. Not everybody's saying that not saying that everybody has excuses. Just some people's schedules are that loaded. But again, you can make time. You can read for like 10 to 15 minutes in the morning. Listen to something positive 10 to 15 minutes as well. You know, stuff like that too. And trust me, you do that for, let's say, do that for about 3 to 6 months, you won't be the same person. I promise you. I promise you. Before we even got started with this hangout, Ian and I were talking about this as well, and we already see the gaps is widening. You know, we love our family and friends to death too, but when you're trying to pretty much better yourself too, the right people too are going to come in your life too, as far as people that you want to pretty much be successful with too. So again, that's the reason why we go into events too, because meet somebody new every time. Like the last event we were in was in Las Vegas, and I'm pretty sure, Ian, I know we met some new people there too as well. Besides meeting each other for the first time, I think 6 or 7 6 or 7 or 8 months prior before this event. You know, when we first got a chance to meet each other for the first time. So that's the cool thing about this too. I mean, we're talking people that have made obviously no guarantee of income to see the income disclosure at empowernetwork.com/income. But we're talking about people that made like $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, just ordinary people. I mean, we were sitting, I think, a couple times at break. We were sitting with people that made like what, $5,000 in a month too. Just ordinary people, just joking around, kidding around too. Even in another system that we're a part of too, some people work at as well. People that made like, you're talking about $30,000 to $40,000 a month. Now with that system too, same thing. Still see the income disclosure because obviously incomes guarantees are not income disclosure because the incomes are not guaranteed. But iPassEarnings.com, that's another good website to check out as far as the earnings too from people that have made money in that system, because basically that system's helped out the main business that we're talking about too. But that's the reason why we're doing things like this too, because we want to pretty much better ourselves too, and pretty much get around to people that are going to help build us up as well. That's the excellent part about this too, and have it be accountable as well, because again, kind of going back to what you just mentioned too a few moments ago, Ian, as far as being not so much being committed to, but dedicating yourself to, and just having discipline. Because once, he said it right too. It might be hard at first, but once you start gaining that discipline, you're going to have that right habits too. And yes, those two words I just mentioned are also in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. Hint, hint, hint. Great book to read. But that's true too, as far as setting up good daily habits, because you're going to eventually have the discipline as far as it's just going to just be basically a ritual. You basically be like, oh my goodness, it'd be near the end of the day, it's like, oh, I got to get this done because you haven't done so. I don't know how many times I've sat there like here at the end of the day, and I'm like, whoop, got to read something because I just haven't. So just wanted to throw that out there too, because it pretty much, it might be hard at first, but then it will become pretty much a ritual too, because you gain those good habits too, and then your discipline will just carry you through. So that's the cool thing about this as well too. No different from for example, for you, Ian, let's say getting up early in the morning to do some work on the farm too. You gotta have some discipline to get ready. You can't be like, I'm gonna get up. I'll get up about 3.
I'm not gonna do this today. I'm just gonna go and let everything die.
Exactly. You know, obviously in sports,
your online business like I treat my farm business, because like you're not gonna get up and you're not gonna just sit in bed all day and then go and let all your animals die. You're not gonna sit in bed all day and let all of your lace die. Well, you're not gonna go and leave people in the dark. You know, we're out here to help you ultimately succeed online. You know, we're not gonna hold your hands and walk foot through a field of flowers, as Dave says. But you know, we're here for support, you know, and we believe that you can come here and succeed, because when you put in your hard work, the dedication, stick around with what we've got, it's going to happen, you know, because anything is possible. That's what we believe, and I forgot what I was going to say next, but I had something to say and I forgot about it.
Nah, it's all right, man. It's all right, because when you have those good disciplines too, I know basically in the sports world, it's the same thing. If I'm kind of lazy too, as far as let's say if I'm playing football, if I'm kind of lazy as far as taking a wrong steps to miss a block. Well, shoot, I want to either get one of my running backs hurt, or I'm going to get my quarterback hurt. So you got to be disciplined as far as getting the stuff you want to get done in the first place too. And oh, by the way, I didn't mention too, I do play offensive line, so that's the reason why I'm talking about guys on that side of football too. For those that are kind of unfamiliar with football, but that's all right too. I know I'm trying to get Ian up to par too, but that's all right. You're gonna get there. Don't worry, man. So but I'm just going back to talking about that, just having that discipline that comes with that too. And it really does not take that long. I think survey says, like for example, early in this last month, what did we have? New Year. Everybody come New Year's Day. They got these New Year's resolutions. Guess what? About middle of the month, they're all broken. But if people are really serious about it too, if they are really focusing on it, they'll be able to accomplish it really, and they'll be able to have the ritual within really a 3 week span, because that's all it really takes as far as to get something done. I think as far as a survey said, I think it was 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks to make a good habit or a bad habit, either one, too. So my point is, it can be done too when you have good stuff too that want to, where you have those daily habits as far as accomplishing something. Because I know for what we do, we like to put good content out there. We like to give out value out there. We don't worry about trying to pitch somebody what's going on too. Like for a perfect example, I have a Facebook group, Two Income Solutions. I got some people that are in that group that still have no idea what I do. And it's still so funny, because the reason why is because I give out so much value. I give out a quote every day, because I have a picture too and I have a quote, but I have my link to my blog website too, and I have people that still have no idea what's going on too. But it's funny because they'll be sharing or they'll like the photo because it's something inspirational too or whatnot. That's the reason why too. You're giving that value, and this is the reason what Ian and I have learned too from our company too over the last year and a half too. Just point out value too, and then we're going to have people come and follow us. For those in the home-based business profession, it's better than going and beating up the phones too. I know that. I've been there. It stinks too. It's brutal too, especially making a cold contact too, picking up literally yellow pages or going to a Starbucks or business or Panera Bread and getting a business card too, cold contact, and just calling them anyway. I understand that too. It's brutal too. But when you're putting value out there too, you're gonna have people like ask you, "Hey, what's going on?" too. Hey, what is this too? I'm not gonna lie. This past week, I've already had 2 people, and I was sharing some of my blog posts that asked me what was it exactly that I was doing too. Somebody said, "Hey, email me a link, please," or whatnot. So I mean, that's what happens when you just continue to just keep on giving out value too. No matter what it is. It can be, you can follow us on Facebook too. You'll see a picture of me sitting beside a dog real quick in my gym too. In the background, you see me in my football uniform too. So that's pretty much where you can see me too. Have no problem putting out my name and information out there too. So you can just pretty much go and that's what's following me. Go and add me and a friend. I don't have like a limit as far as 5,000 plus people on there too. I got a lot of space too. So always welcoming new people as well. So again, pretty much if you want to know a little bit more what we're going, that's why you got to go in the bottom's link and click on it too to find out more exactly what Ian and I have been talking about too. So Ian, that thought come back to what you were trying to talk about earlier, man?
While you're talking, and then when you're like, right, over to you, and then it's like, good, where's it gone? I mean, you're talking about the discipline, and it's like it's so much easier to discipline yourself when you love what you do, because if you're doing something that you hate to do, it's like when you're working in a job and it's like, oh, I can't be bothered to go and get up and do this in the morning, But if you love what you do, you get that extra pull that attracts you towards doing it, and that at the end of the day is what I feel like you can do online, because it's not a case of having to do something boring and tedious. You make your own rules up, and that's what I love about it. You can talk about whatever the heck you want to talk about, and you're free to say whatever you want basically, and to be able to build a business in this way where we can just come on these hangouts, not have to travel miles and miles to go to work each morning, and just talk about whatever, and to be able to do what you love and share with the world what you're passionate about. That for me is the biggest thing, and it's so much easier to discipline yourself to get that consistency in your life and in your business when it's that way, you know, when you can do what you love. And I was going to say something else. It's gone again, but I should probably interrupt when I remember again. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I've got it. When you people get into this business, and it's like, like you can. For me anyway, when I got in, it's like you get it. It's getting like it's got like a negative name for itself. You see, like you get all this like spam. You get all these people pitching you to your business. It's like you said, Andre, when you're giving value, when people don't even know what your business is, that's the way to go, you know. Because what do you do for a living or whatever, and then because you're giving them so much value, they feel like they have to give you something in return because you've given them that much value. It's not about pitching and spamming people, and it's people like that who obviously exist, that give this business a bad name. Because I remember when I first got in, I legit had a scam or whatever the heck you want to call it, and maybe you think the same thing, you know. And it's only when you stick around for long enough and see for yourself, come to the live events, hint hint, that you see what this is about, and it's real. And I was going to say something else, but you got to invest into your education. You were saying something. I forgot what you said. You said something that made me think of a thought of it's about investing in your own self-education, because if you're not investing in growing daily, then what are you doing in life, you know? Decide to invest.
No, that's you know, I gotta always keep on going along too, and keep it going. With you mentioned a key word too that I want to roll with, and since you're talking about investing yourself daily too, that's another thing too, as far as the reason why we go to events too, and not so much just for our events for our company, but also too for other home-based business profession events, or let's say even if we were doing we were traditional business owners too. Let's say if I was like for example, I go to a CrossFit gym as well. Let's say if I was the owner of that gym, I want to go to a clinic too with other CrossFit owners as well to pretty much learn what they're doing too. If I was say a barber as well, I think I would want to go maybe to not so much a clinic, but maybe take some classes or hang out with some other guys too, that are barbers too, to pretty much help me pretty much be better at what I'm doing too, or maybe different style haircuts or whatever. Or let's say if I was another perfect example, if I was a high school coach, like a high school basketball coach, I'm gonna want to go to a seminar too to pretty much learn how to teach kids better too of a basketball court. So that's pretty much the reason why we go and invest to pretty much of our own invest ourselves too in our own business too, because we want to be better as well. Now, also another thing that you mentioned as well, as far as putting that value to, and yes, it's true. Some people still have no idea as far as what I'm doing. Besides this, oh, he plays football. He works at UPS. We have another business owner too who's made well over $400,000 in the business that we're in. Obviously, too, not guarantee of income too. You got to see the income disclosure at powernetwork.com/income, but he's been a home-based business profession for 10 years, and still, people, when he does videos too on Facebook and he shares them, he still has friends that have no idea what this man does. This man is married, has
talking about Paul.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny because he made a video, I think late last year, and he still had people not know what he was doing. He mentioned the call too, the morning call that I listened to of his. And he was like, yeah, he had a friend that talked to him. He's like, yeah, I know you do videos or whatnot. It's like, and then his buddy was like, what do you do again? I'm just like, are you serious? But he's been, again, like I mentioned, he's been pushing that value for, we talk about 10 years. Now, obviously, he wasn't doing it for
he started off as a single-line trailer house, didn't he? He didn't start off as anyone who was already valuable. He started off from the bottom, you know, like a lot of us have done, and That's what it's about. You know, it's about
Exactly.
improving yourself daily, and it doesn't matter where you're at in life right now. You can grow, and you can be whoever the hell you want to be, because it doesn't matter where you're at right now. We accept who you are, and anyone can come and see what we're doing. But it is pretty cool when people don't even know what you're doing and they still want to come and join you anyway.
And that's going to happen too. I know when we go to the events too, or even an event being a hangout such as this too. We've heard leaders talk about that been the business, the home-based business profession. We're talking for several years, and they're pushing out so much value. It could be value in a video, be value in the blog post too, and people are still like, what is it that you do? But I mean, that's what happens too when you pretty much invest in yourself too. When you listen to the books, when you're reading through the books daily, when you listen to audio daily, there's going to be a gap that's going to just keep on widening between you and the other 97 percentile of the population too. And another good video too, if you ever want to listen to, was listen to Jim Rohn's Walk Away from the 97%. That will be mind blowing to you. I remember when I first got started in this company that we're a part of, I was literally watching that video every day. It's only 3 minutes long, because he just Jim Rohn says point blank, hey, walk away from the 97%. Don't do what they do. Don't talk the way they talk. And develop a whole new vocabulary too. And he basically said, hey, go into a library. If you don't have a library card, go and get one too, because that will be something to help invest in your own education too. Always invest. I remember I read a book about a few months back too. Donald Trump said he reads about I think every morning. I might be wrong as far as the hours, but probably for about 2 or 3 hours, because he's like, man, why in the world so I pretty much sleep for the rest of the night where I can just go and keep on reading too, and pretty much continue to keep on learning as well. And now people know we're talking about somebody who's been a multi-billionaire with a B for several years too. So he's also increased his own education as well, and invested in his own education, and just continue to reading the books too. And I'm pretty sure, if I got a chance to talk to him one-on-one, he listens to audio as well. So this pretty much a little something to take heed about, those two little things too. And obviously too, in our company too, we always mention as far as the 8 core commitments. Those are 2 of them that, as far as to get done, as far as just to read and listen to your audio. Trust me, everything else underneath it will fall in place. It will too, because you're going to just, like I mentioned earlier too, get those right habits and create that discipline to go after what you're trying to do. So that's pretty much the main reason too why we continue to go. Like I said earlier too, and Ian mentioned as well, continue to go to events too. We continue to learn too, and also the cool thing about events is also just a chance to then the breaks, get a chance to meet up with people too that are making something happen as well. That's another cool thing. So that's one of the many things I wanted to share with as well too. And pretty much adding on top of that too is create that discipline. You're going to create pretty much what you want to do as far as your own lifestyle too, because I know Ian's mentioned it several times too. You're going to be able to want to do something and pretty much create whatever you want to do, and not have to worry about if you work for somebody, not have to worry about being told what to do, what time to go leave your job, what time to go take a break, what time to go eat, too. And even if let's say if you're self-employed too, for the ones that own small businesses too, this another way too, as far as helping you leverage a lot of your time too, because I understand too, we know as far as you have to worry about running employees, to worry about overhead, obviously inventory, accounts receivable, all those things being self-employed. So we understand as well too, but this gives you a little bit more leverage. And again, another good book, I mentioned his name earlier, Robert Kiyosaki, mentioned that a lot. If you get a chance to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, read it twice, still mind-blowing every time I read it too. And his wife mentioned it as well too, and Rich Women as well. And pretty much she said point blank, "Hey, I hate being told what to do," and that was coming from the man's wife too, and they've been married for almost 30 years now. That's another little something that some people might not know about that, but you'll realize too, like if you get a chance to just read his wife's book, wow, that's a very powerful woman. But what she came from, she continues to educate herself as well too, because she just enjoys learning. And a cool thing too, when I just got done reading about a month and a half ago, one of his many Rich Dad series books called Unfair Advantage, and he mentioned real quick about his wife. She loves learning because she's just shocked about how much she doesn't know. We're talking about multi-millionaires from both of them. And then I got a chance to actually read her own story too in her book, I was just like, whoa. It just really, and pretty much everything just went aligned too. So that's a cool thing too, as far as listening to people that are multimillionaires, entrepreneurs that are making it happen too, and they do promote the home-based business profession too. Donald Trump's another one. He promotes the home-based business profession. They both said too, if they had a chance to, they lost everything, how about they started off over again by doing a business in the home-based business profession. Point blank. Some people might not like to hear that, but that's a known fact too, and they both read it. I mean, not both read it. They both said it before, and I've both read it too, as far as what they said. If you want to read a book from Mr. Kiyosaki and Mr. Trump, I would also suggest reading Why We Want You to Be Rich. That's a good book from both of them. Another one is The Midas Touch. So those are just a couple books that I've read too from both of them as well. To pretty much have a whole almost a whole list full of books tonight as far as reading with Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Unfair Advantage, and Rich Women. But just getting started too, Think and Grow Rich is a good one too, as far as starting your personal development, and then reading it several times too. I've listened to it. I'm not gonna lie. I've listened to it 4 times during a conference call. And I've learned something new every time. I've only read the book 1 time. I'm going to go back and read it several more times here, and listen to it 4 times too in a conference call. I'm just like, whoa, yeah, I learned something new every time, and just completely miss. So just wanted to share that too. I know I mentioned those 4 books too. You got any other books too you want to throw out there as well, Ian? As far as what to read to, are good ones.
Oh, I've got caught watching YouTube videos.
Nice.
I was trying to figure out.
I know you mentioned Think and Grow Rich. Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I wanted to know if you had any other books too, as far as recommending out there too.
Work week. Start with Why, Simon Sinek. That's a good one to start with. What else have I read? There's a couple of good other ones. Influence by, I forget what his name. What's his name? Influence by somebody. Science of Getting Rich by Wallace. Did you say that? To be honest, I've not read that many books. I'm a flicking slow reader, but the ones I have read, you might not have heard of them. One I've been reading recently. Paul McKenna, do you know who? Have you heard of him before?
That name sounds so familiar. That name sounds familiar, though.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what you call his professional name, but he's like, got some good books out that are like mindset type books that are like How to Change Your Life in 7 Days. That's the one that I read like last, so that was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, just thinking of something else.
No, that's cool, man. That's cool because I mean, I know just starting off too. That's the thing too. When people just getting started off, they're thinking, "Oh my gosh, I gotta do all this and stuff too." That's the reason why we mentioned it earlier to start this hangout as far as starting off with your why, because your why is going to carry you through all that stuff, all of it. I trust you. If it's a strong enough why too, if it's that burning desire, you're gonna be able to carry it through wherever it is. It happens every time too. That's the reason why you see people so successful, and you see some people that are unsuccessful as well, because they just have that strong why as far as making this happen too, and they do whatever it takes, point blank. They just do whatever it takes. So
Yeah, that's what it's about, doing whatever it takes.
yes. So all right, this has been pretty cool for tonight though, man. Doing this.
Yeah, if you're watching this hangout, you commend you for sticking with us.
Yes, and too, if you want to see us do this again, we're always going to be between 5:30 and about 8 o'clock Eastern time, p.m. Eastern time. Obviously, U.S. time down here. Let's
like
say
11 p.m. UK time, so we're always going to be here every Friday from now on. So if you want to come and check us out, you obviously want to check out. Obviously, you've been sent to this. You sent one of us has sent you an email, so get back in that email, click on one of the links, and follow all the instructions up from there forth. Look forward to connecting with you soon. You know, come message us on Facebook, wherever. You know, we're always open to your questions or whatever you want to come and ask us. So we'll always be there. We're always going to be here on a Friday at these times. So that's all I got to say. Make a decision.
awesome. Just click the link to pretty much go and join us. Let's go and do this together. So with that being said, we will see you guys next Friday, same time.